Hi there, everybody. We've got another game for you here today. It's going to be May 17th, 1908. We have the Giants at 23-6 at the Reds at 12-20. And look at the standings here. The Giants are way out in front. The Reds are not going to be competitive for the rest of this year. I mean, we'll see what happens. Theoretically, they could. Roger Bresnahan will lead this off for the Giants. His rule is a 52 for a 27. Ground ball to third. Lobert throws to first. One away. Andy Coakley on the mound for Cincinnati's 3-5. 2.79 ERA. Mike Donlin up there next. Rolls a 12 for a 24. There's a little E roll. And it's a 54, so it's a ground ball to shortstop. Holsworth throws to first. 2 away. Art Devlin up now. Rolls a 31 for a 9. That's going to be a single, and he's caught trying to steal. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Hans Lobert here for the Reds. Hans rolls a 53 for a 20, changed to 16. That's a fly ball to Seymour in center field, 1 away. Mike Mitchell now rolls an 11 for a 0, and his second roll is a 52 for a 7. That's a single to right, and that'll bring up Rudy Holsworth. So runner on at first base, 1 out, bottom of the first for Cincinnati. Holsworth rolls a 63 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left field, and Shannon has that, 2 away. Joe McGinnity, the Iron Man up there for the Giants, but he was Iron Man no more by 1908. Admiral Schley rolls a 53 for a 19, change to 17. That's going to be a single to right field, but Donlin with a great throw over to Devlin to get the out on the base runner trying for third. We go to the top of the second inning. It's Fred Tenney here for New York. Tenney rolls a 13 for a 14. He'll take his base on a walk, and that'll bring up Larry Doyle. Doyle is at 221 this season, rolls a 16 for a 26. It's a ground ball to second, and Huggins flips over to Holsworth, covering at the bag for the out, 1 away. Doyle now on first. After that, will hit and run. Rolls a 12 for a 24. A good hit and run ground ball over to second, and it's going to be Huggins who throws to first. Doyle moves to second. 2 gone. Al Bridwell now rolls a 61 for a 39, changed to a 37, and that means that the runner will be caught off at second base. A good play there by Coakley, and we go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. Gansel now, John Gansel rolls a 62 for a 12, ground ball to first. Tenney does it to the bag himself, 1 away. Dode Paskert, he'll roll a 52 for a 27, ground ball to Devlin at third, who throws to first. 2 gone. Miller Huggins now. He rolls a 25 for an 8. That's a single for Huggins, then he's thrown out trying to steal. We go to the bottom of the third inning, or top of the third inning, my apologies. It'll be Al Bridwell here for New York. No score. Bridwell rolls a 56 for a 34. There is that little E roll, and it's a 51. That is a pop-up over to the shortstop Holsworth for the first out, 1 away. Cy Seymour now rolls a 22 for a 7. That's a single to right, and that'll bring up Joe McGinnity. Obvious bunting situation here. And his bunt is a 35 for a 22. It's a good bunt, and Schley throws wildly to first, allowing Seymour to go to third. McGinnity goes up to second. That'll bring up Roger Bresnahan just like that, and infield will come in. 2 hits for the Giants, and that's the first error of the ball game committed by the Reds. And Bresnahan rolls a 64 for a 38, changed to a 40. He's not bunting, and the infield's in, so there's a throw from the second baseman Huggins over to Schley, the catcher. Catcher is bowled over by the runner, and the ball comes loose. They're going to charge that as an error to the catcher. Second error of the game on the Reds. The run scores. It's a 1-0 lead for the Giants, and they're looking for more. Here comes Mike Donlin. That infield will come in again. Schley is lucky to not be hurt. Donlin rolls a 25 for a 10, and there's a single over third. That'll score 1, send Bresnahan to third. Told you he was looking for another one, and here comes Devlin. Art Devlin rolls a 63 for a 31 with a hit and run on. That's a single through second. That'll put runners on the corners again. It's a 3-0 lead for the Giants. They love doing this, and here comes Fred Tenney. He rolls a 32 for a 26, and that's a single through second. That will... I'm sorry, no, the infield was back. That's a ground ball to second base. I'm thinking backwards. Huggins throws to first. Devlin moves up to second. 2 away. Here comes Larry Doyle. It's a 4-0 lead now. Doyle rolls a 63 for a 31. Fly ball to center field, and it'll be Kane who makes that catch for the out. We go to the bottom of the third inning. 4-0 now Giants after that outburst. Here comes John Kane, who rolls a 41 for a 28. Ground ball to short. Bridwell throws to first. 1 away. Andy Coakley now. Andy rolls a 21 for a 30, fly ball left field. It'll be Shannon with that, 2 gone, and here's Hans Lobert. Hans rolls a 43 for a 29. It's a comebacker over to the mound, and McGinnity throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. Spike Shannon it is, and Spike Shannon hitting 243, rolls a 15 for an 11. There's a single, then a stolen base, and that brings up Al Bridwell. And it looks like another one of those routine games, doesn't it? Bridwell rolls a 65 for a 35. There is a little E-roll. And the roll is a 51 for out of the range, and that's a pop-up over to the left side. Lobert grabs that one for the out, one away. Here's Cy Seymour. Cy rolls a 33 for a 7. That's a single to right that'll score the runner, and that'll bring up Joe McGinnity with one out. So now it's a 5-0 lead for the Giants. McGinnity is going to swing away, and the roll is a 21 for a 13, and he strikes out. 2 gone. Here comes Bresnahan. Roger rolls a 31 for a 9. That's a single beating out the infield hit, and Seymour goes to second. That'll bring up Mike Donlin. Coakley's not going to last long, is he? Mike Donlin rolls a 16 for a 26 as a pop-up over to second. Huggins has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, 5-0 New York. It'll be Mike Mitchell here leading this off. Rolls a 54 for a 45. Little rolls a 15, so that will be an error. This time it's an error on the second baseman, Doyle, and Mitchell makes it to first. So it's not a very well-played game. 3 errors already. We're not even halfway through. And here's Holsworth. Rolls a 65 for a 35. That's a pop-up, and it'll be Bresnahan, the catcher, grabbing that for the out. One away. Admiral Schley up there now for the Reds. He rolls a 14 for a 43, and there is a little E-roll. It's a 32 out of the range. It's a fly ball over to left, and it'll be Shannon making the catch for the out. 2 away. John Gansel now rolls a 44 for a 7. That's a single to right center field, but the center fielder Seymour with a very good throw to third to Devlin cuts off the advancing runner. The second time the Giants have thrown one out going to third, and we go to the top of the 5th inning. Art Devlin up there. I tell you, McGinnity has been saved by these good defensive plays. Devlin rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker to Coakley, who throws to first, one away. I guess not so much saved. I mean, 5 runs is a lot to make up. Fred Tenney up there now. Rolls a 56 for a 34. There is a little E-roll. And it's going to be a 51 out of the range. Pop up to short, and Bridwell's got that. 2 gone, and here comes Larry Doyle. 2 away, top of the 5th. Doyle rolls a 16 for a 26. Ground ball over to Miller Huggins, who throws to first, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-0 Giants. It's Dode Pasker leading this off. Dode rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker to Joe McGinnity, who throws to first, one away. Miller Huggins now. He'll roll a 22 for an 8. That's a single to left center, and that'll bring up John Kane. So something may be happening here for the Reds. They run hit and run. Kane rolls a 12 for a 25, and that's a line drive ground ball over to Doyle, who goes to the bag himself, throws to Tenney at first for the double play. No, I'm sorry, it was the line drive. I was right the first time, and we go to the top of the 6th. Spike Shannon will lead this off here for the Giants. Still 5-0 in the lead. Shannon rolls a 41 for a 28 ground ball, this time to Holsworth, who throws to first, one away. Al Bridwell it is, and he rolls a 65 for a 35. It's a pop-up to the left side. Hans Lobert has that. 2 gone, and here's Cy Seymour. Seymour rolls another 65 for a 35. This time there's a little E-roll, and it's a 64 out of the range. This is a pop-up over to the first baseman, for the first baseman, Gansel, for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Andy Coakley leading this off for Cincinnati. Rolls a 35 for a 13 and will strike out. 1 away. Hans Lobert now. He rolls a 21 for a 30. Fly ball left field. Shannon's got it. 2 gone. Mike Mitchell rolls a 22 for an 8. There's a single to left center field, and that'll bring up Rudy Holsworth. So Cincinnati has 6 hits, but no runs. And Holsworth rolls a 62 for a 12. There's a little E-roll. It's a 24, just missing that range. That's the ground ball over to second. Doyle flips to Bridwell for the force. We go to the top of the 7th. Joe McGinnity leads it off. Like I said, he's been kind of lucky there in his pitching. He rolls a 41 for a 29. Comebacker to Coakley, who throws to first. There's 1 away. Roger Bresnahan, and it's been missed, but Coakley settled down. Bresnahan rolls a 12 for a 24. The little E-roll is a 32 out of the range. It's a ground ball to short, and Holsworth gets it and throws to first. There's 2 away. Mike Donlin rolls a 34 for a 44. Here comes that little E-roll, the 43. So it's a fly ball over to center field, and that'll be Kane making the catch for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. This one's gone fast, and it's been pretty quick. Not much offense all of a sudden. Schley rolls a 55 for an 8, leading that off for the Reds. He gets a base hit over to left center field. That'll bring up John Gansel. The base hit, of course, is not worth any runs, and you need 5. Gansel rolls a 16 for a 26. Ground ball over to the second baseman, Doyle, who flips to Bridwell for the force. 1 away. Here's Dode Paskert. He rolls a 22 for an 8, so that'll be a single to left center field, moving Gansel up to second. And that brings up Miller Huggins. Huggins today is 2 for 2, was thrown out trying to steal. And he's going to be 3 for 3. There's a 22 for an 8. That's a single scoring a run, sending Paskert to second. And it's a 5-1 ball game. Here now is John Kane, and he rolls a 16 for a 28. Ground ball to short, and Bridwell throws to Doyle for 1. Can't get it back to first, though, in time for the double play, and there's 2 gone. And here comes Andy Coakley, and I think that Coakley likely has met his match today. We'll put up Mike Morey here at a pinch hit. Mike rolls a 24 for a 13. That's a strikeout, and you can forget about it. So who comes in is the big question. And looks like our relief pitcher here likely is going to be Bill Tozer. I've probably been using some of these relievers more than I should have, but I'm not a huge fan of using starting pitchers in relief, and that's what they did in real life. Art Devlin rolls a 56 for a 34. It's a pop-up to the left side, and Holsworth has that for the out. 1 away. Here's Fred Tenney. Rolls a 21 for a 32. Fly ball right field. It'll be Donlin who has that, and there's 2 gone. Larry Doyle now rolls a 13 for a 14 and takes his base on the walk. That'll bring up Spike Shannon. Runner on first, 2 out, top of the 8th. Shannon rolls a 14 for a 43. It's a fly ball to center field, and Kane has that for the out. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Hans Lobert leaving this off for the Reds. He rolls a 56 for a 30. Fly ball to left, and Shannon has that. 1 gone. Mike Mitchell now, and he rolls a 66 for a 0. His next roll is a 31 for a 4. Potential to be a home run. This roll, however, is a 36. It'll end up being a double there for Mitchell, and that'll bring up Holsworth. So McGinnity playing with fire again. Here comes Holsworth, who rolls a 42 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right. Donlin's got that for the out. 2 away. 10 hits for the Reds, only 1 run. 2 gone, and here's Schley. Schley rolls a 14 for a 43. Fly ball to center field. Seymour's got that one easily, and we go to the top of the 9th. Bridwell leads this off. Rolls a 51 for an 8. That's a single, and he's caught trying to steal. 1 away. Up next is Cy Seymour. Seymour rolls a 41 for a 28. Ground ball to short, and Holsworth has that on to first. There's 2 gone, and here's McGinnity, who stays in. Rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker to Tozer, who throws him out at first, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. John Gansel will lead this off. Gansel rolls a 46 for a 29. It's a comebacker to McGinnity. Joe throws on to first. 1 gone. 2 more outs to go, and it's Dode Paskert. Paskert's 1 for 3. He rolls a 54 for a 45. Fly ball to Donlin and right, and there's 2 away. And here comes Huggins, who's 3 for 3 today with 3 singles. And he rolls a 24 for a 13, and down he goes. So Iron Man McGinnity gets the complete game and gets his 3rd strikeout of the game against Miller Huggins. And there's your final score. Giants win this one 5-1. And the Giants have a stranglehold on first place. That is absolutely the case. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see you tomorrow with another one. Talk to you then. Bye.